Live?
Yeah.
Well, hello. Apparently we're live. So tonight, I, Pastor Tom, am the host, and you will get to know a little more about our music director, it's Carrie Hamilton. So, a couple of quick things. First, I don't have 5 fast facts.
Oh, we didn't go over that.
So,
Uh-oh.
we're going to get 5 fast facts directly from the source's mouth.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay.
And go.
5 fast facts. I'm from Iowa. I'm married to Scott Hamilton, not the ice skater. I have 3 children, Maggie, Ella, and Gavin. I am a music teacher, and I'm also the music director of Putnam County Youth Choir that's on a break right now because of COVID.
5 fast facts. There you go. All right. So, as you guys know by now, we're taking some questions from the church body, from all of you, to ask so we can get to know each other. So I have here in my official-looking binder some questions for our music director. Are you ready?
Yep.
Are you sure you're ready?
Nope.
All right, let's do this. So, your life so far, is it how you envisioned it would be? Living in Greek Castle, 3 adorable children, the music director at a great church?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, when I did an internship in college at my home church, and somebody asked me at the end of it if I could see myself working at a church, and I told them no. After I did a whole summer internship with children's ministry and did a sermon there and music ministry and pastoral visitation ministry, and I said no after the whole summer. But I love our little town. If you ever asked me if we were going to live in a little town, I'd say no, not at all. But I love our little town, and and I love our church for sure, and I just have a blast. I think it's fun.
Well, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
So speaking of your internship and things, did you have another major other than music in college?
No, I was just music education major, yeah. And there was like a little place where I was doubting myself and wanted to go into creative writing. And like one of my liberal arts classes, my freshman year, was like the English course,
yeah.
Basic course that you take. And my first paper was a bloodbath. The professor had written all kinds of things on it. And I thought, well, at least I'm going into music, so I don't have to. I made the right career choice. So yeah, music education the whole way, and that was a 5-year program, not a 4-year program. So yeah.
Okay. So someone wants to know, did you start singing shortly after birth?
Shortly after birth. No, I don't think so. I don't know. When my sisters and I, when we were little, we did more like acrobatics, and my sister was in flags, and so she taught us how to throw flags and things. I wasn't ever like in dance or anything like that, but we would always put on Dad's records and like sing, lip sync to them. I don't remember singing those songs, but we just made up a whole bunch of dances. You'd probably think from my childhood that I'd be a dancer, but I really wasn't. And in singing, my first church solo, I was in 4th grade. So they had like kinder music for 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds, and that was a little choir and called the treble choir. And then they had a second one called choristers. That was like 1st grade through 4th and 5th grade, and then the 6th through high school was like the junior high youth group, Westminster Choir, and so we did that all growing up.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
For your entertainment, folks.
Yeah, all the time. You never know what's going to happen on the porch. Sometimes people walk by and they think we're talking to them and being really loud, and they like wave back at us.
Yeah.
So yeah, but loud cars too. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned flags. Do we get to anticipate a service where Carrie does flags on stage? No? Okay. Worth a
Yeah,
shot,
we
folks.
should like get one of those flamethrowers, the flame on one side. Fan the flame, make way.
When did you start to play the piano?
Oh golly, I think that was fourth grade.
Okay.
Fourth grade. My teacher, that's funny. My teacher was this little Russian teacher that came to the school part time, and so they would pull me out during fourth grade. I was so happy because I didn't have to go to Mrs. Morley's class for a whole hour, and my mom and dad arranged for me to go take lessons with her, and then play on a school piano because we didn't have one, and then then we got a keyboard, and then we got a piano, and so then in middle school I took from somebody different. Kind of that person changed, and then it kept just changing again. So I had a couple of different teachers.
So did you ever think about maybe encouraging your piano teacher to slow down a little bit so she didn't have to keep rushing?
I tried.
I don't have a drum set here, bro.
All right, so we got a couple more questions for you.
I don't even remember her name. Irina, that's all I remember. Go on.
What brought you to Indiana?
Oh, Scott Hamilton. Well, I guess that's the long answer. The short answer is God, because and a lot of our church already knows this. Well, apparently someone in our church doesn't know this, but Scott and I met on a mission trip in Chicago our senior years of high school. So like going into our senior year of high school. So all of that senior year when we were applying to colleges, I looked at a couple places in Iowa, but pretty much all the colleges I looked at were in Indiana. And Scott, actually I didn't get into any of my colleges. I got into one in Des Moines and one here in Indiana. It's a little college called Indiana State University. And Mom brought me all the way over here for a tour. I had my acceptance letter. I was supposed to have an audition for the music school, and I had it all on Indiana State letterhead that I was approved and accepted or whatever. And so we got here for our orientation weekend, and the School of Music didn't know I existed, and they didn't have any assignment for me. They were like, "Who is this girl?" They didn't, even though we were holding the acceptance letter, they were like, "We don't have a place for you at all." That was the same weekend that Scott was touring Anderson University, and so we were really bummed and went home, and Scott was talking to the counselor up there and found out they have a really good music school. And so the very next weekend I applied there, and we went and toured there. It was awesome. And I found out on graduation day that I was accepted to Anderson. So then that's what brought me over this way, and Scott. And then we did all of our college at Anderson, and then the rest is history.
Okay. That's a good answer.
Yeah. Short answer is God, because.
That's right. What is the funniest thing
Uh-oh.
to ever happen to you during a performance?
Oh. The funniest thing to ever happen to me during a performance.
Or maybe just happened during a performance?
We broke the couch in Singing in the Rain at the Playhouse. We were supposed to tip the couch anyway, Singing in the Rain, here at Putnam County Playhouse with Josh Bain and Brad Sandy. And man, we broke the couch, and I think it was supposed to look like we broke the couch, but we actually broke the couch so bad that when they tried to use it the second night, and they had to go find another couch for the next performance. I think we went through 3 couches. There was a different couch on stage. That was a live performance.
You gotta get into character. It happens.
Yeah.
What other jobs have you had besides teaching?
My first job, I worked at a movie theater, and I could get into any of the movies for free. I think that's why it's so expensive to get into a movie, because all of their workers, they let them have free popcorn, and they get into movies for free. That was my first job, and then I left there, and I worked at Target for a couple years, and then in college, I was an assistant for one of my professors, the DePauw's here. I didn't go to DePauw, people. Anderson University chorale, Dr. Sowers there, and so then he showed us the ropes of ins and outs of choir and touring with choirs, and then in service and acts of service. I think that's where I really learned that. And then babysitter. I was a babysitter. I did a lot of nanny work.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So then let's move away from jobs
Okay.
in more of the influential area. If you had to pick one person
Oh no.
who has had the greatest influence on you in your life,
Probably Dina Els, my show choir teacher. I think because she was before I met her, I had some really awesome show choir teachers. They were pretty amazing. But she was probably the first person that told me that I could accompany someone with my piano skills. I didn't think I could. I didn't think they were that good. And then she had a student teacher, Matthew Haynes, and my maiden name is Haynes. And so she had a student teacher my senior year, and he was the first person that was like, hey, you probably need to go into music education. And so I think between the two of them, I probably would have tried to go into English if I wouldn't have met them. So probably the two of them.
so you may have heard a little puppy barking. What's your puppy's name?
Bella.
Bella. Bella was
Doggy's
saying
Bella.
hi to all of you.
Our neighbor just walked their dogs by. It was so, yeah.
Bella wanted to say hello.
She did. She's loud.
All right, so my daughter wants to know, who in the church would you consider to be like a brother or sister to you?
Okay, well, a sister, that's probably Julie Black. But the funny thing about that is when I was first hired, Julie and I we didn't really get along very well because she was the person who was planning all the music and giving me the music, and she always wanted things to go faster, or if I would do something too fast, she's very particular and told me that it was too slow. And so probably the first, I don't know, Julie, maybe like the first 2 or 3 months, we were not friends at all. We were like, okay, here I am, I'm doing this job over here, I don't know that I'm doing it well. And I think she would agree with that. And then, but that's funny now because everybody thinks we're sisters, so.
Did you guys have a sister handshake?
No,
You should.
no.
No? Okay. All right. So now, someone is dying to know,
Uh-oh.
how do you have your husband named in your phone?
Who asked that?
Well, my wife in my phone is wife.
Mine is Scotty Hottie.
Scotty Hottie.
And my girls will sometimes, they think it's funny too, and so sometimes they will say, we'll be sitting at the dinner table and Ella will say, like, Scott will say, like, oh, you need to eat more of your mashed potatoes, and Ella will go, okay, Scotty Hottie. It's just like the funniest thing. It makes him really uncomfortable.
I can see that. So from that hard-hitting question, hardest part of teaching today for you?
Oh, the stinking masks is the hardest part. That's probably the first hardest part, and the second hardest part is getting kids to buy in. Like the kid that doesn't think that music is for him because he's either or her because they've been in trouble before, they don't feel like they enjoy it. So like getting that kid to buy in, that's definitely the hardest part because it's just like banging your head against the wall. But I think that's with any class. I don't think that's just with music.
I was going to say probably academics in general.
Yeah. But classroom teachers will say to me a whole lot, well, that's just because so-and-so doesn't like music. It's like, well, that's nice. But do they turn on the radio? If they turn on the radio, then the kid likes music. It's just they don't enjoy something about my class, but let's help them through it. So, yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. So you mentioned them briefly. Siblings. How many do you have, and who are they?
I have 2 sisters. My sisters are 7 and 9 years older than me. Carmen is the oldest, and Christy. And so Carmen, Christy, Carrie. To our parents, we are Carrie, come over here. That's who we are.
My kids' names are not even close, and that's the same in our house too. You cycle through the 3 of them till you get the right one. All right, so now we got another serious question for you. This is from someone who loves you dearly.
Uh-oh.
Do you prefer sugar in your grits or sugar in your cottage cheese?
I wouldn't have put sugar on grits. I think I put brown sugar on my grits. But yeah, sugar's got to go on cottage cheese. They asked me that at Casa today. I should have known better than that. Yeah, and we went out to Jackson's the other day and with Joni Pershing Shelton, and I was just pouring the sugar packet on my cottage cheese, and she just looked at me like I was from Mars. She was like, what are you doing?
I can understand that.
And Julie was like, well, Carrie has a sugar bowl for us at our house. She's the only person that needs a sugar bowl for her cottage cheese. Anytime they feed me cottage cheese at the Black's house, gotta have sugar. This is the only reason why they have a sugar bowl is because I eat sugar
cottage cheese.
I'll also eat it, sprinkle it on tomato too.
Well, I've heard that before.
That's good.
Never heard the cottage cheese thing.
Yeah, sorry. It's my mom.
It's your mom?
Yeah.
It's not just an Iowa thing, it's your mom thing?
I don't know if it's an Iowa thing. Iowa? What do you think? Cottage cheese? Sugar? And not my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law, it's like ranch or French dressing. I can't remember.
A cottage cheese.
Yeah, he's weird. It's way weirder than sugar. It's way weirder than sugar.
Do you play any other instruments besides the piano?
I started the trumpet in 4th grade, and I played for a long while. And so, if I had to pick up the trumpet again, I could play something. But I'd probably only play it inside my house. I wouldn't. I don't know that I wouldn't play a special. No Amazing Grace on the trumpet. And I'd play the xylophone, and I play the guitar, but I'm not very good. And I play the recorder.
Have you ever considered the jaw harp?
The jaw harp.
No,
I tried playing that, but it hits my teeth, and I don't like it. But,
me too.
You know, somebody a couple years ago, a recorder company, they messed up our order, and so I was on the phone with them trying to make the order right, and they sent me 30 nose flutes, and it's just a plastic thing that goes over your face. Man, I gotta find me a nose flute now. I have them in my bottom drawer of my desk at school. I try to give them away, and it covers up your mouth, and it goes like you literally blow through your nose, and you open your mouth, and it makes the different sound. Now I have to bring it to church and show everybody.
That seems dangerous, to blow and then open your mouth.
I can play Amazing Grace on the nose flute.
Special music next week,
Yeah.
folks. Or not.
Yeah. You don't want to play the nose flute if you have boogers, though. That's not good.
No.
No bueno.
No. So, I've answered most of your questions, or I take that back. I've asked most of your questions, and Carrie has answered them. However, we are now transitioning into what's known as the lightning round.
It's low budget here.
Low budget. You get the point. All right, so you know the rules of this lightning round. I'll ask you a question. You don't get to explain. You don't get to ask clarification.
And I don't get to know any of them before.
She does not.
I didn't know many of those before. Okay.
So, some of these are silly.
Okay, that's good.
Some of these are not.
Okay.
It's for you to decide how you answer, and I hope they're honest.
My neighbors are here. They just got home. The dog's gonna bark.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Pretend there's some fancy background music. Like the Do You Want to Be a Millionaire questions. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. If you could only do one for the rest of your life, would it be play music or sing?
Sing.
When you're sleeping, a fan or no fan?
Fan.
Ooh.
And
no.
a blanket.
With one leg out.
Yes.
All right. Would you rather drink orange juice thinking that it's milk, or drink milk thinking that it was orange juice?
Drink orange juice thinking that it was milk.
TV or book?
TV.
let's back up. So think about this. I was told this was lemonade, right?
It's lemonade.
Let's see. Yes. But had it been milk, I probably would have spewed it all over. Because I would have not been expecting it. Okay, moving on. Would you rather live in the city or the countryside?
Oh, like countryside, like.
That sounds like a clarifying question. Please answer the question.
The city.
Okay. Would you rather give bad advice or receive bad advice?
I feel like I give bad advice all the time, so I'd rather give bad advice. I guess.
Winter or summer?
Winter.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
That's the wrong answer, by the way.
Unless you're at Disney World, then Mickey Waffle all the way.
At a special event, would you rather be overdressed or underdressed?
Overdressed. Overdressed.
Couch or recliner?
Couch.
Eggs over easy or scrambled?
Over easy. And toast.
Would you rather have a live-in massage therapist or a live-in chef?
Oh, stink. Man.
We don't play around here. Hard-hitting questions.
That's hard. I have a live-in chef right now. His name is Scott Hamilton, so I'm going to go with the massage therapist, I guess.
Doing dishes or laundry?
Oh. Laundry. But no, I would say dishes. I hate socks. I hate socks. Go on.
A sweater or a hoodie?
Hoodie.
All right. Now we're getting serious here.
Uh-oh.
Dum, dum, dum. If you're stuck in an elevator,
Oh, God.
would you prefer the other person has very bad gas
Oh, no!
or very bad breath?
Very bad breath.
I would concur.
Push you away.
Bad breath does not travel as far.
Yeah, unless it's COVID times.
Yeah, that's true.
Go on.
Ninjas or pirates?
Oh, pirates be hearty.
Okay. I would have said pirate ninjas, but
Pirate ninjas.
ooh,
I
ooh,
like
ooh.
ninjas.
If it was within your power, would you achieve world peace or end global hunger?
World peace. World peace for sure.
We'd be at peace, but we'd be hungry, folks.
There's just so much wrong with the world right now. I just feel like peace is the way to go.
A piece of pie. All right, next question.
Okay.
Another special power type question.
Okay.
Would you rather be able to run 100 miles per hour or fly at 1 mile per hour?
I don't know, fly. It would take forever to get there. I guess.
Yes, it would.
Defeat the purpose of flying, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
I'd be so tired.
That's true. If you had to flap, we didn't even
Like
specify that.
Fluttering. Okay, go on.
Okay. Coming on to the last couple questions.
Okay.
Would you rather be a genius and broke, or be rich and about as smart as a rock?
I guess rich and as smart as a rock, because at least I'd have friends because everybody would want my money and I could just dole it out.
Okay.
If you're a genius and everybody thinks that you're mighty, high and mighty,
It's true.
it's like smarter than a rock, smart as a rock.
Well, I mean, if you're a genius, you could earn lots of money by being a genius. But see, here we go. Extrapolating the question. Defeats the lightning round.
Yeah.
Okay. Flip-flops
Oh.
or water shoes?
Oh, see, I love my flip-flops, but I just got water shoes when we went up for Mom and Dad's 50th, and they're fantastic. I love those. Flip-flops, flip-flops.
Flip-flops.
I
Can't
got
go
the
wrong with
best.
flip-flops.
I've got the best water shoes if you ever need water shoes. You don't get to borrow mine. I'll just tell you the company. That's funny.
Last one.
Okay.
Ready?
I am.
Hard-hitting question.
Okay.
Milkshake
Oh,
or malt?
milkshake.
I don't even know the difference, folks. I just made that up right now.
Milkshake. But if you go to Scoops, I like to get the ice cream and then they put, it's called a Dusty Road, and they put like just a little bit of malt on top. It's the best thing since sliced bread. I like that. But yeah.
Well, now that we're talking about ice cream milkshakes and things, Scoops or Dairy Castle?
Oh, stink. For ice cream, I love Scoops. We go all the time, but I have to say Dairy Castle. Because they'll dip your cone and, yeah. I love the corn dogs. And
I've heard good things about their nachos.
I love the onion chips. My favorite thing is the mini nacho supreme.
There you go, folks.
Yeah.
So now you've gotten to learn a little bit more about our music director, Carrie.
Oh, yeah.
She's been here for a few years. There's still much more to learn about her.
Oh, yeah.
So, I thank you on behalf of Carrie, our staff, the church. I thank you for your time tonight.
Who's coming up next?
Next, I believe, is Howard Brooks, correct?
Howard Brooks, because we're touring the search team.
We are going through the search team next. You have an opportunity to get to know your search team.
So we'll have those questions up on the website, and we'll send them out soon.
Soon. But that reminds me, we need your questions.
Oh, yeah. Or this is not fun.
Or it's not fun. So go on there. You should see a link. Go in there. Just make some questions. Find out some information.
Yeah.
And continue to get to know each other.
Yeah.
I love y'all. And have a great night.
Bye. I'm going to come up so close and you can see my bend down like this is silly.